Because sometimes we may be thinking that like your where you are right now determines how far you're going to go or how far you can go, and that's not the case. So, just wanted to come here today and actually just remove the barrier if you have a barrier, remove the thought if you have that thought, and really want to come today and talk and chat, talk to you about it. So that's what we have for today. Give me one moment. All right. So the thing that I have for you today is where you are doesn't determine who you are, right? So you may grew up in a Section 8. You may grew up in a place where there's a lot of crime. You may grew up in a place where you feel like there's nothing else that is going to happen good for you, or you may not see the future of how good things can be, right? You may grew up in you may have made a lot of mistakes. So when I say a lot of mistakes, it is more of saying that some of the mistakes that you've made may seem like it's detriment to like your growth, detriment to your character, detriment to like how far you can go, right? But that's not the case. What I want you to know and understand is that it's all about how you perceive yourself. So if you perceive yourself as somebody who's always going to make the mistakes, always going to get the bad option or the bad apple, then what happens is you continue to get that bad apple and it keeps getting to you. It keeps getting in front of you. It keeps getting in front of you because what you have set the tone for is that everything always bad always happen to me. Everything that's bad or can go wrong will happen to me, will happen for me, will some way, somehow happen to you. And that's not the case. So I want you to remove every barrier that you have, every thought that you have that feels like everything is against you. It's not. Um, so the one thing that I would tell you, like, to assist you in the thought pattern that you have or the thinking that you currently have about yourself. And we all have it. It's a thing where you have to not allow your thoughts to attack you and make you feel some kind of way. It could be whether you're at school, whether you're in college, whether you're on a job, whether you're just out and about with your friends or just by yourself. The thing that I want you to understand is that you have potential, you have the ability to remove barriers, but it's going to take time. It's all about how fast you want it to happen. But you have to turn old cues, old triggers into new cues and new triggers, right? So, how does that involve us or involve you, or involve the things that you're currently facing right now? It involves you and the things that you're currently facing is because think about it. Where you live at right now, it can be saying that you live in a underserved community. You can live in a place where there's a lot of crime, there's a lot of issues happening, there's a lot of me, and there's no us, right? But that's okay. It is something that is saying that since you're there, where can you start developing you into something that is the best part of you, right? How can you develop that? So the one way that I have for you today, and the reason why I call this the paper mentor is because I have a paper that keeps me on track so I can give you the right information so I can keep so we can go back and forth, right? Okay. So your environment does not shape your destiny, right? So what that means is yes, the environment that you're currently in, you may be thinking like, hey, this environment is, I'm going to be living here when I hit 20 years old, when I hit 30 years old. The thought or you saying that out loud and you committing to that, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Like you may be saying, how can I still think positive in an environment that I have and the environment is not as encouraging, it's not as uplifting. It all begins with you. Do you walk the same way? Do you go to the same people or do you talk to the same people? Are you in the same environment? Okay, you are. Okay, so what can I change small to make sure I get the outcome that I want, right? The outcome that I need, the outcome that I foresee me having. So change begins with you and change starts with the things that you can do small. What is that? Where can you start? One thing that I want you to understand is that you are stronger than what you think you are. You really are. You are stronger than what you think you are. But let's break you down, right? What are some things that make you excited to start? What are some things that you would do to make you start small? What is it? Is it like a new pencil? Is it a new notebook? Is it a new uh space, cleaning up your space? If that's the part, that's where I would need you to start at. I need you to start identifying how you see you, and the way you see you will help you get to where you need to be at. So it all depends on, do you uplift yourself in the times of when it gets dark? Do you uplift yourself, or do you push yourself in the right way when it gets dark, when it seems like everything is against you? What are you saying in those dark moments? What are you saying in those moments where you feel like, I don't have a support system? You do have a support system. It's just they may be closer than you think. You just probably haven't used the support system that you currently have the right way, right? The right way, and it happens. How you doing? Appreciate it. Oh, from France. That's awesome. So today we're talking about, stay out of the way. Today we're talking about um, where your environment is does not shape your identity, because what shapes your identity is basically you and how you see you, right? So that's what I want you to understand. And the one thing is that difficult times can make you better than what you are right now, right? What does that mean? How can difficult times make you better or a better human being? It only can make, or it only can work if you're assessing yourself the right way. You may be saying that if something bad happens to you, whether you rupture your Achilles heel, right? So if I rupture mine, that's how I can relate. Like you rupture your Achilles heel, and the one thing that you found out is that you can't run no more. You can't walk no more. You have to start all the way over, right? And that's okay. But it's in the sitting down that will develop your identity and how you see you. So it is saying that, whoa, it's not saying that. Let's start there. It's not saying, whoa, it's going to be me. Whoa, it's going to always, I'm not going to get better. Oh, I'm not going to get better. It is saying that I can get better. I'm going to get better. I'm going to do what I need to do. I'm going to watch out for the things that I need to watch out for. I'm going to pay attention to the things that I need to pay attention to. I'm going to do therapy the way that I need to. Yes, therapy is going to be painful. Yes, these I'm going to have some days that I don't want to go, but as I continue to go, I'm going to get better. What is happening? You're going to go about getting better and better. Your identity is going to get better when you see therapy. You're going to get charged up about therapy because you know you're getting better, right? Same thing about your life, same thing about your environment, same thing about where you are. You can get better, but the thing is, we have to take it small steps. The thing I tell my wife all the time is that stop looking at the big picture thing. Look at the small things or the small steps that we can take to get us to the goal, right? So the small step is you need to make sure that you keep your leg elevated. You may need to keep the things that you're doing around you, make sure that you're using your crutches, making sure this is just basically relating to where you are right now, right? So that's what I'm saying, is that the things that you're doing right now can help you as long as you change the way that you think about it, right? The way that you go about it. So letting your situation stop letting your situation name you. What that means is you can let a situation say, I'll give you an example. You can say a situation that I'm currently in, whether you just got fired, right? You just got fired off a job that you've been there for 10 years, you've been there for 9 years, 5 years. You let a job define who you really are. You're saying that your job is the person that you are. No, it's not the case. It is saying that that's a stage or a phase in your life where you're going to you're going to. My dog is in the way. Come over here, over here, over here, over here. I'll let you deal with that. But yes, so you don't let a situation or a place or a thing get over here, man. Over here, over here. Why you gotta get in the way? So you don't let a situation or a job define who you are. It is not who you are, is what you are doing at that current moment. So your job is a thing that is a tool that can help you get financial secure, right? That's your job. But that's not where we're going. So the thing that I want you to understand, let me see what you said. Awesome, man. Awesome. So the thing that I want you to know about stop letting your situation name you is that you can identify yourself in the things that you're facing with. So like your job, you've been there for five, like we saying, your job, you've been there for 5, 10 years, 20 years, however it may be. But let's say, for instance, you get fired, right? You're saying that you got fired because you are a bad person, you're not capable of. We need to change the narrative. We need to change the narrative because that narrative can go about the next situation, go about the next job that we have. It can just roll over. We want to stop the rolling before it gets too aggressive. So you're gonna say things like, "Hey, I got fired, but why did I get fired? Did I not pay attention to something? Did I allow my mindset to determine where it was negative, where I don't want to be at the job anymore?" So if you didn't want to be at the job anymore, you should have just left on your terms instead of them firing you because you started showing behavior as if you didn't want to be there because you have said this thing over and over again. This job sucks. I don't want to be here. This is me. What happens is now it became you because you have now allowed the things that you've been saying and your actions to follow the things that you've been saying about you to determine how far you're going to go, right? And that's not the case. So the way you flip the funnel is that you go about saying to yourself different ways of, hey, I am capable of doing this job. Yes, it may be tough. Yes, on my days off, I need to identify what things that I can get better at, what things I need to stop, what things that I need to do more of. It is saying that I can go about doing the things necessarily for me to go about becoming the best self that I can be at my job and for myself, right? In my community and in my friend environment. So that all comes into play. This guy here, man. Move out the way, man. Get out of the way. So, but that's what I wanted to let you know is that your identity doesn't, I mean, your situation shouldn't define who you are. Man, we all have potential. We all have uh, goals that we want to achieve, and you can achieve those goals. But it all depends on what are some things that you're doing right now that can stop you from getting there. It could be, you need to walk more. You need to read more. You need to do these things, but some way, somehow, you put something else in front of it saying that I'm gonna get to it. But then when you need to get to it and you have the time to get to it, we prolong the process, right? So start today. Do something that you can do small. If you need to read that book, place that book somewhere like on a near your favorite chair, near the door, near where your keys is going to be at. Because you know that once you grab your keys and you grab the book or the thing that you need to read or the notebook that you need to write in, it's going to activate that thought, "Oh, okay, this is what I need to do. This is where I would normally go about doing that. You are in the way. Um, this is where I would normally do that for." So hope you got something from this video. And if you did, please let me know in the comments. Um, And if you like the videos like this more, please let me know so we can actually do more mentoring sessions like this. So this is called Paper Mentor. Paper Mentor is where we actually go over a topic and we can be able to talk about it and discuss it. So I wish you the best, and I know it's Monday. Be great, and I'll continue to do what you know you need to do, and you're already awesome. Just go show the world.